This is the Insta360 Go Ultra. I've been using this thing as my main camera for the last few weeks now. It has a lot of cool and unique features, but here are 3 things you might not know you can do with this camera. Starting with number 1, if you guys don't know, the main camera actually pops out of the pod. This is the display, and the main camera itself is magnetic on the back here. So you can actually stick this on any metal surface. But you might be asking, what if I want to stick this somewhere where it's not metal? Well, I have a solution for that. My front door right here, it is not a metal door, it's a wooden door. And as you can see here, it does not magnetize, it's not, oh shoot. So the solution? Tape. This right here is actually gaffer's tape. You can probably use any sort of tape. I decided to use gaffer's tape. This particular one does not leave any sort of residue. So if you stick it to some surface, it's not gonna leave any sort of marks or anything. But use whatever you have. I mean, I would say maybe painter's tape would actually work as well. This is the magnetic necklace where you just wrap it around here and then you stick the camera here to get your POV shots. But what you can do is actually take the necklace and get a piece of tape here. I would suggest maybe like a long piece. But all you're gonna do is actually just tape the magnetic piece and boom. Option 2 for this, if you happen to not have your necklace around, or if you lost it, or if you don't use it, go to your local hardware store and pick up some big washers. I just picked up like a handful of them from Home Depot, and they cost me 22 cents a piece. Nothing too fancy or anything like that. This was like the cheapest option I had. You can take that gaffer's tape and just tape the washer to the surface. Now I would suggest you taping up the washer first. Take another piece of tape and tape over the entire thing. What I mean by that is, this is the washer. I just taped it all the way around so that none of the metal is actually being exposed. So if you do stick it on some surface like this, the metal is now rubbing up against that surface. And then you take your other piece of tape and just tape the washer to the surface. And then you have another metal surface. And then the third option is actually using the enclosed hat clip that I got with the kit. I believe this is a part of every kit as well. I might be wrong on this. So I just got the basic kit when I bought the camera, and it came with the hat clip, the necklace, the main pod camera. But the hat clip itself is also magnetic. The best way to do this is actually to tape the inside part to the surface. So just kind of like this. And then what you also have is an adjustable one now. So if you want to lay it all the way flat like this, stick on the camera, you got your view straight on, but you can also tilt this thing down to get like a top-down view. But you can still get different angles, at least with the hat clip. So those are 3 different options for you placing this camera on a non-metal surface. With that, let's move on to number 2. So you might not know this, but you can actually connect wireless mics to this camera. There are a couple ways you can do this. The first option is via Bluetooth. If you swipe down from the top here and then swipe over to the right, as you can see on the bottom left corner, it does say Bluetooth. Click on that, and then it will do a search for your Bluetooth device. So I actually don't have Bluetooth wireless microphones, but I was able to sync it to my Bluetooth headset, and you can use the mics from the headset. It's not very good quality though, using the headset one, but I was able to connect it to the camera and use the audio from that. So it does work. Not something I would suggest you doing, connecting it to a headset, but if you do have wireless Bluetooth microphones, you can connect it to the camera. And once you connect it to the camera, you'll actually see on the top, they will have a bar on there showing the levels of the audio. Testing, this is the microphone audio from my connected headset. And then option number 2 is using the USB-C port on the side of the camera. So as you can see, I am currently using the Hollyland Lark 2 microphone, which is connected to my phone right now. But I can plug in the USB-C receiver into the camera and it will recognize it. And you'll see that same levels bar on the top of the display. So here is some test footage and audio. This is coming directly from the Hollyland microphone here. So as I'm speaking here into the microphone, you can see the levels going up and down. So it is connected. and working properly. So the microphone on the camera is actually pretty good, and I would say you probably don't even need an external microphone for that. But if you just happen to be further away from your camera where the audio might not be able to pick up your voice, then yeah, probably using a wireless mic is your best option. Do keep in mind, if you go the USB-C route though, it won't work if the camera is outside of the pod. So if you guys do take the camera out of the pod and then plug in a USB-C receiver for your microphone in there, on the display, you'll actually not see it connect and you won't see that audio levels bar on the top of the screen. Also, when I did plug in the USB-C receiver into here, it was actually blocking the unlock button on the side, so I couldn't even pop out the camera itself while the mic is plugged into the USB-C port. It still is a good option to be able to plug in a external microphone to this. If you guys are setting this up further away from yourself, you can still have wireless mics like this. Moving along to the third item, the Toddler Titan Kit. If you guys don't know, with the Insta360 Go Ultra, it does have a fixed focus. Normal like mirrorless cameras on the lens, you can adjust the focus, whether it's up close more or farther away. With action cameras, they actually don't have that. It just tries to capture everything in focus. And the downside is that when you're looking at something up close, it actually gets pretty blurry. I did post recently a short film about my car, and I was trying to get the logo on the steering wheel. And if you look at that video, you can see that it is pretty blurry. But there is a solution for this, and I saw this in a couple of other creators' videos where you can actually get the Toddler Titan Kit. It is a separate accessory that you would buy. I believe it's priced at $17. They call it a micro lens. It's kind of more like a macro lens, honestly. They pretty much designed it for toddlers to stick on like hats that they will be wearing and put it in the camera and flipping it down to see their reaction to having fun, playing around, whatever it might be. These other creators were able to use this lens to get more up close shots. And all you have to do is actually swap out the lens here. So this is the cover guard for the lens. You actually just need to unscrew it. This is how you change out different lenses too, because they do make like ND filters as well, and the aqua lens. And what you do is actually take the toddler cam and screw that on there. And then in the camera settings, there's actually a separate mode for the toddler cam. So if you do swipe over to the right, there is one called Toddler Titan, and then it says to suggest using the micro lens. But then on the bottom right here, you will see that it goes into the micro mode. The focus is a lot sharper now than without the micro lens. If you guys are looking for more up close shots, highly recommend you guys picking up the Toddler Titan Kit. If you guys picked up this camera, what do you guys think about it? I really enjoy it, honestly. The small form factor on the camera is just so cool, where I'm always trying to find different places to stick this onto. Like you can stick it onto this microwave I have right here in the kitchen. I can actually stick it under the microwave here and get a top-down shot of my stove. I'm just always trying to find creative and unique places to put this into. And those are the 3 nifty cool things that you might not know you can do with the Insta360 Go Ultra. If you guys own this camera yourselves, let me know in the comments below of any other additional tips and tricks that you have for this camera. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this one. Thanks everybody for watching. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to like button, subscribe for more content like this. And if you guys do want to check out my 2 cinematic short films that I made just using this camera, click here or click here. Thanks everybody for watching. Catch you in the next one.